I refuse to live how these climate freaks want me to. I will continue to gas up my 4x4 pickup, and I will continue to eat lots of beef. If you want my steak, my truck, or my guns, come and get them. I think the scariest part about this whole statement, and the worst part that we have to remember, is that this man recently won. This man recently won his election. He got like 73% of the votes. That's a big majority actually wanted this man to have power. That's a scary thought. That's, yeah. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be returning to r/insanepeople Facebook, because apparently it's been 6 months since I did a video on this subreddit. I don't know how it's been 6 months. Apparently I haven't done a video on this since June. That's a long time ago for a subreddit that I used to do very regularly, so we're returning to this today. Well, I'd like to say it's gonna be fun, but it's probably not. Before we begin, I wanted to mention how funny it is. In the last video that came out, the video that came out on Thursday, I recorded that like 2 or 3 weeks in advance because of Christmas and stuff, and I mentioned about Andrew Tate simps, and since that video being recorded and coming out, Andrew Tate got arrested. There'll be more on that in this video. Let's take a look, shall we? Christians, when they encounter a non-believer, we need to save their soul. We will help you find God. Jews, when they encounter a Holocaust denier, you'll burn in hell, but before, we will destroy your life. Who's the bad guy here? So first of all, this is a false equivalency. Saying someone doesn't believe in your religion versus someone doesn't believe in an event that killed millions of people, that's a false equivalency. Second of all, this is Christian projection, because Judaism doesn't acknowledge or believe in the existence of hell. It's not something that's really talked about in the Jewish faith. They don't believe in hell, so they're not telling people they're gonna burn in hell because they don't believe in it. Just putting that out there. I have never once in my life had a Jewish person tell me that I'm going to burn in hell or anything along those lines for not believing in the Holocaust or not believing in Judaism. I believe in the Holocaust, so obviously I'm not gonna have that one, but I don't believe in Judaism. However, on multiple occasions throughout my life, I'm 22 years old, okay? So in 22 years, multiple occasions in the one city I have lived in my whole life, multiple Christians have told me that I'm going to burn in hell because I don't believe in their faith. But sure, they're just out here saying, we need to save your soul or we'll help you find God. No, I've been told with a definite statement that I'm going to burn in hell because I'm not Christian. So you're sure, Christians are the good guys here. Christians are the good guys. Not every Christian is like this, I will point out. I don't understand how COVID is spiking again after we've tried everything from pretending it's over to pretending it never happened. We did the 5 days to flatten the curve. We social distanced. We wore masks. Many were told not to come to work, leading to financial ruin and worse. My wife's last words to me was, I can't breathe. I believe she would still be alive if there wasn't damn lockdowns. What? Sorry, so your wife died of COVID, which is really unfortunate, and I'm sorry for that. But you're blaming that on lockdowns? So the things that reduced the spread, because COVID would have been severely worse without restrictions. Hospitals would have been even more packed than they already were. Access to healthcare would have been even harder. And you're saying that if that was the case, that if hospitals were more packed, if more people had COVID, and if healthcare was harder to get hold of due to the healthcare system being flooded, your wife wouldn't have died. What? Sorry, what? Apologies if I'm being dumb here, but that makes literally no sense. Your wife would be alive if there wasn't lockdowns because she died of COVID? Can someone explain that to me in the comments, please? Because I might just be misunderstanding here, but that does not make a single shred of sense. CDC monitoring measles outbreak in 21 states, including Michigan.
Please don't vaccinate. I don't want my kids getting measles.
That's not how vaccines work. In fact, not vaccinating is the reason that kids are getting measles. We've been through this. This keeps happening now. Measles is coming back faster and faster and faster because anti-vaxxers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the whole reason. They like doing this whole correlation thing. You know, they draw the correlation between autism and vaccines, and I've been through that correlation doesn't equal causation. But you know a correlation that does in fact equal causation? Not protecting yourself against something, and as a result, getting it. That is a direct correlation causation right there.
Whispers, the birth control pill can falsely make women feel bisexual.
My favorite part about this is how fragile the concept of sexuality is to conservatives, because they like talking about God a lot and how God hates gay people, which is incorrect, and all of that kind of thing. But then they'll talk about stuff like this. So they talk about how like being gay is a choice, but we'll then talk about how sexuality is so fragile a concept that a pill that you take to not get pregnant can alter your sexuality. So like it's a big case of doublethink here, where they're like, gay people choose to be gay, but also if you take these pills, you'll be gay. So what is it? Which one is it? Because it doesn't line up. If your concept of sexuality is so fragile, like all you're proving is that your idea of sexuality is a single chemical. Your whole concept of sexuality is chemical in your brain. That's it. That's where the concept ends. So like, why is it wrong for gay people to exist? If all it is some chemicals, why is it wrong for gay people to exist? Why does it matter? Really? Like really? Why does it matter what sexuality people have when your view on it is so fragile that a single pill can change it? Person of the year 2022 took billions from us, banned opposition parties, nationalized all TV station, rejects calls for peace deals, banned the Orthodox Church, attacked Elon Musk on Twitter, took photo shoots for magazines, framed Russia for strikes in Poland. Alright, there's a lot to break down from here. Took billions from us. They didn't take anything, they were sent it. They received it. They didn't take it, they were given it. Banned opposition parties, nationalized all TV stations. Have you perchance heard of the United States of America? What do you think America did to radio stations during the World War, right? World War II. What do you think America did to radio stations? What do you think was going on in America during the Cold War or the Vietnam War? Do you think TV stations were just carrying on as normal? They banned any discussion of socialism. Like, any discussion became illegal. It became ostracized. You could be arrested for talking about socialism in America. Banned the Orthodox Church? No, they didn't, okay? Ukraine specifically spoke out against the Russian Orthodox Church, which is literally just another mouthpiece for the Russian government. That's all they did. They spoke out against that. That's it. I just also wanted to make the point, because I forgot to state this, that this is another case of conservatives heavily projecting, because this is a post that's lashing out at Ukraine for doing these things. But what do they think Russia has been doing here? This is a war that Russia started against Ukraine, and they're calling Ukraine out for nationalizing TV, which has been going on in Russia for a long time, including nationalized internet, banned websites, etc. Rejects calls for peace deals, also Russia's doing, considering most of the peace deals were, hey, how about you don't invade Ukraine? Russia has also banned religions that they don't want in their country. So being like, oh, Ukraine banned the Orthodox Church. No, they banned the Russian Orthodox Church, which was a spy and mouthpiece for Russia. Again, Putin took photo shoots for magazines. Just all of it. Attacked Elon Musk on Twitter. Boo-hoo. It's Elon Musk. He's neither a political party nor someone in politics. He's a rich man that threw a tantrum and bought a social media platform. I don't give a damn if someone attacks a rich man who threw a tantrum and bought a social media platform. I could not care. People attack Elon Musk. People attack Mark Zuckerberg. People attack any of these people. I could not give a damn. Took photo shoots for magazines. Name me a single prime minister, president, or political leader who hasn't taken photo shoots for magazines. Just reading this whole thing is like, how out of context can we take this, and how can we spread it as thinly as possible to mean the opposite of what it really means? They took billions from us that we willingly sent. Like, imagine you offer someone some food and then blame them for eating your food. That's what that is. The ignorance is watching a doctor drop a baby boy screaming into the trash. That's the day nursing was over. Damn, this story is so crazy. I could almost believe it was real. Just kidding, no I couldn't, because this is absolutely not real. And I don't believe that this person was even a real nurse if they are trying to push the belief that aborted babies are living, viable babies that are able to cry and are alive when they're put in the trash. I gotta say it, okay? If your beliefs, if your views are so flawed that you have to lie to try and get people to believe the things you are saying, if you can't tell the truth and have people join you and back up your beliefs, how flawed are your beliefs? You really need to reassess what you believe if the only way you can get people to side with you is lying. That's how flawed a view it is. If you have to lie, the only views that defend and back up your belief are lies, your belief is inherently incorrect. Right, so this next one, I said we'd talk about Andrew Tate. So we're gonna go through everything that happened, okay? Andrew Tate tweeted Greta Thunberg and said, I have 33 cars, my Bugatti has W16 8-liter quad turbo, my 2 Ferrari 812s I'm not gonna try and read that, have 6.6-liter V12s. This is just a start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions. Greta Thunberg replied with, yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com, which is the perfect response because everything Andrew Tate does is just small penis energy. Like, his whole thing is compensating. His entire personality is a compensation, to which he spent 10 hours coming up with this comeback. 10 hours it took Andrew Tate to reply, thank you for confirming via your email address that you have a small penis at Greta Thunberg. The world was curious, and I do agree. You should get a life. This is an 11-year-old level response. He just went, I know you are, but what am I? That was his whole... He took 10 hours to come up with, I know you are, but what am I? And you know what happened? The video he posted with this had a pizza box in it, which proved he went to a pizza place in Romania, resulting in him getting arrested for human trafficking. So Andrew Tate got arrested for human trafficking by the Romanian police, at which point Greta Thunberg replied with, this is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes. Oh, it's actually glorious. I hope the atheists got tons of gifts to evolve out of nothing under their tree today, says Kevin Sorbo. Kevin, look, I get that you're not the smartest of people, and I get that you really don't understand how evolution works, but that's not how evolution works. I friggin' love conservative Christians making jokes or taking digs at things that they very clearly don't understand. I believe in evolution, and I'm also somewhat religious. I don't think any specific religion has it correct, especially not like specifically Christianity. I think there are aspects of many religions that have things right. I also think that evolution is very clearly real. We have pretty heavy scientific fact of that. And if you want to believe that God is real, they don't detract from each other, because you could just believe that God influenced evolution. That's a pretty easy thing to believe. But the thing is, I don't have to believe in a religion to research that religion. I think I know quite a lot about Christianity and the history of Christianity. But on the flip side, someone like Kevin Sorbo makes digs at evolution, but has zero clue and has made zero effort to actually understand the belief of evolution. That's the difference. Other people can try and understand Christianity, but Christians will make no effort to understand others, especially someone like Kevin Sorbo.
Rapid human cloning, 5 months to get to any age, exists and has been used since the 70s. There are many used in politics, Hollywood, etc. They can computer transfer memories. Biden is one. It doesn't mean the original is dead, but sometimes they are killed. It's about control.
200,000 units are ready, with 1 million more well on the way.
Someone needs to step away from the Star Wars prequels. Step away from the internet for a bit. Step away from watching movies for a bit. Assess the fact that you as a person believe that politics and Hollywood are made up of clones. I don't think I even need to talk about how insane that is. But for real, Star Wars The Clone Wars, yeah, not based in fact. It's not based in fact.
The nation of France turned against Christ many years ago. It is is not a surprise they lost the hashtag World Cup final. A nation without faith cannot ever win at anything.
Google. That's all you need. You need Google and like 2.5 minutes, okay? But don't worry, I've done the legwork for you. This is Laverne Spicer, first of all, and like, honestly, I shouldn't really humor her with an argument or discussion because it's Laverne Spicer. She's like the female Nick Adams. Well, she wants to be the female Nick Adams, but like, she's clearly not nearly as alpha as Nick Adams. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. But a quick Google search showed me that, first of all, the national religion of France is Catholicism. So the national religion of France, right? Catholic. Second of all, quick Google search showed me about 47% of France is Catholic, which when you take into account other religions as well as Catholicism, like, and other versions of Christianity, that makes up just slightly less than half. And then if you look up the national religion of Argentina, you find that it's the Roman Catholic Church. So the national religion of both of these countries is the same religion. And then if you look up how much of Argentina is, you'll find out that it's about 15% more, like 15 to 20% more. So saying that France turned their back on Christ and that's the reason that they lost when their national religion is Christianity and like 50% of the country is Christian, it just doesn't hold water as an argument, does it? And that's not the reason that France lost the World Cup to Argentina. The reason is that Argentina is famously very good at football. It's one of those countries that very famously loves, adores football and produces a lot of very, very good football players. It's got nothing to do with Christianity. But Laverne Spicer is one of those people that will try and twist absolutely everything into a Christian or anti-Christian conspiracy, while also trying to make it about Donald Trump. None of her arguments hold water, but this one is a sieve.
Brittany Griner was cloned in Russia, and we now have an extra spy here in our great country, the USA. Can we please get our President Trump 45 soon? America, wake up! We have to ask the Lord to help us today. This spy needs to be flown directly back to where it was made.
What is it with the clone conspiracies? Where have these come from? Have I missed something? Has QAnon started talking about clones or something? Where has this come from? But, okay, I gotta ask a question. I've gotta ask. Let's pretend for a second that this isn't a completely insane conspiracy that comes from someone being very mentally unwell. Let's pretend that Brittany Griner was actually cloned in Russia and has been sent to America as a spy. What information is Russia going to gain about America or American politics that a basketball player can gain that they couldn't just gain from any normal person? What information is Griner going to get Russia that they needed to clone her? Because clearly a female basketball player is so heavily involved in American politics that Russia just needed to clone her to spy. These conspiracies are so insane and so poorly thought out that they think that a basketball player is the next biggest spy in American politics. And that's where I'm going to end the video, guys. I got nothing more to add to this. If you want to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below. Or equally, you can click the join button on my channel to support me. Helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm sorry I haven't done a video on this subject in so long. I don't know how. I just apparently haven't. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. No, first of all, thank you to all of my supporters who do support me. Thank you to all of my patrons and YouTube members. Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks since I recorded a video. Thank you everyone that supports me. It means so much. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.